Welcome back everyone to my channel. It's me, DrFusion, and today I'll be sharing with you a trick you must know to upgrade your animation from looking kind of cheap to looking, high-end and expensive. First, let's look at what you might be doing wrong here. So, if you want to move the sticks here from down here to the middle of the screen, then over to the right. What most people do is just throw a transform node and just let's make the first part of the motion. It was at the start. First, let's go here at the start and all the way down. And then more 20 frames and bring it over to the right. And let's ease the animation. And let's see. Now the two parts of the motion, you can actually see the transition between the first part and the second part. And this is very, very crucial if you want to make professional looking animation or high end animation. You have to make this transition seamless. So how can we move that? How can we do that and remove this like uh, stoppage here or kind of stoppage here? We actually want to like overlap the second part of the motion with the first part of the motion. So how can we do that? Here, let's like if you want to overlap these two parts here, we have a massive problem that the keyframes are attached to each other here. We cannot move this separately without affecting the other one. So we have to do some workaround here, but this actually what the professionals do. Let's see what is the correct way of doing that. So let's move to the next one here. Let's create the first part of the animation of 20 frames. Go to the first part. And by the way, if I'm here and I want to go to the first keyframe, I just click Control and the arrow that looking to the left. Go to the first keyframe of the composition. And let's bring it all the way down. So we have the first part of the motion. And now let's create the second part of the motion. But the trick here is that we will create the second part of the motion in a separate transform node. And in a minute, we will see why. Let's create the second part of the motion here. Another 20 frames and move it over to the right. And let's select both. Key Control F, fit, and click S and increase the ease in and ease out. The trick here is that we can now overlap the second part of the motion with the first part because the two motions now are completely separate, right? We select this and we kind of overlapping, extend like that to see. We overlap the second part of the motion with that first part of the motion, like that. So the transition will be like very seamless. Let's see. So as you see, we end up with something very smooth like that. And you can play with the animation. You can extend this a little bit. So the overall animation will fit in a 40 keyframes as we did in the first scenario here. And if you see the first one, you will notice the difference right away, right? The first one actually feels, you will notice it right away. Something is off. So you can apply that to any kind of nodes that moves objects. What I mean by that, even like an image plane node when you're dealing with 3D scenes, you can also do that to end up with a professional and high-end animation. This smooth camera 3D, you see it in some videos. You can actually achieve it by the same exact concept, the overlapping of the two motions, the transitioning between. That was for today, and I will really appreciate your subscription to my channel, and of course, a like on the video and comment down below. So see you in the next lesson.